Welcome into another beautiful day from the Hollywood Crossroads. DH Conley taking on New Hanover here for some high school baseball. Hello, everyone. My name is Cole Martin. So good to be with you once again. About mid 80s here today at DH Conley. Hardly any wind. The sun is out, and we are ready for a great game. DH Conley already 2-0 this week. Took down JH Rose, a top 10 team in the state. And then last night, a Mercy Rule win over White Oak by a score of 12-2. On the mound here today is Gavin Whitley on the bump. He's already had a couple appearances today. We'll tell you about him in just a minute. But here's a look at the defense. Hayden Willoughby and Colton Newbern switch spots yet again as Newbern is behind the dish. And then Willoughby over at first base. Ryan Edwards is back in the field as Brody Brandon will take his spot necessary in the DH spot. Ryan Edwards out there and left. Then Braden Friend is still playing second base here tonight for Harrison Corey, who is still out with an illness. But other than that, the defense is still the same. Well, we are about to get underway here from the Crossroads. Take a look at some of the stats for Gavin Whitley so far this year. .36 ERA through 6 appearances. He's 4-0. This is his 4th game started, so a couple of relief outings for him. 19 and a third innings pitched through those 6 appearances and 31 strikeouts, only giving up 1 run. Very efficient work for Gavin Whitley on the mound so far this year. We'll see if he can handle the new Hanover Wildcats well. New Hanover with no stats that I could pull from, so I do not have anything there. I apologize. But the first pitch from Gavin Whitley is fouled straight back. Last year in the playoffs, New Hanover came to town to DH Conley. That was in the 4A state playoffs, of course. Both teams are now in 7A, so that one won't quite find the zone. But a grand slam off the bat of Ethan Stewart in that one where the Vikes would take the 7-2 win and move on to the next round. 1-1 just off the plate.
How do you change the balls? Is there 2 strikes?
2-1. That one outside again. And a 3-ball count to the leadoff hitter Hudson Sutherland.
Is that bad?
3-1 is ripped into left field, and that's just going to hang up enough. What a snag out there in left field by Ryan Edwards. Just barely stayed up, just enough for Ryan Edwards to come in a few steps and kind of lay out for that catch. That was a really good piece of hitting there by Sutherland. Just a pull hit into left field. But a great effort from Ryan Edwards, who actually came in relief of Caleb LaCroix. That one's lifted well out into left center field. That one's going to hit the grass. That's going to one hop off the wall. Hunter Layton misplays it. He's still bobbling it. And McIntosh is on his way to third. He will get into third sliding. And so a one-out triple for Andy McIntosh. As I was saying, Ryan Edwards with a really good relief appearance last night. Didn't give up a single hit or run against White Oak. So, of course, he will not be available for today.
Now batting number 16.
Gavin Whitley on the mound for the Vikings. Caleb Case is still available. Colton Newbern and Ethan Stewart as well. One away. Here's the 3-hole batter, Camden Kroom. He will look at strike 1. Gavin Whitley running that fastball up to 87 here early in the game. 0-1 just outside. Gavin Whitley playing with a mask on his face. Broke his nose just a couple weeks ago hitting BP where he fouled a ball off right back into his face. Had to have surgery on it. Luckily he is back. That one's grounded to Braden Friend at second, but Kroom does his job and scores the runner from third.
Now batting number 9, Adler Stump.
So 2 away, but a run comes across there on the 4-3 ground out. Here's the cleanup hitter, Adler Stump. Base is empty. First pitch to him is low for ball one. Gavin Whitley firing that breaking ball in at about 77. We'll see how consistent that velocity stays throughout the game. 1-0 is in the dirt. Oh,
Yep, just got one.
yeah. 2 away. That one spiked in the dirt. So a quick 3-0 count to Stump. Head coach Jason Mills spurring his guy on. 2 away in the inning. Would not want to give up a base runner here. Would love to get out of the inning, only giving up one. 3-0 will find the zone at 85 miles an hour.
What?
It's fine. 3-1 is grounded foul back into the netting, and the count runs full. New Hanover 13-4 this year, 7-1 in their conference. Very tough conference in all sports, playing in Wilmington. Payoff is crushed into left field. Oh my! That one's got a chance and hangs up just enough for Ryan Edwards. Died just at the track. That one was hit really well by Stump, but out number 3 is recorded. New Hanover gets the first run of the ball game. We'll head to the bottom of the inning.
Neto.
All right, here we go. Bottom half of the first. First look at the Vikings lineup this evening. Brooke Niddle will start things off. Brody Brandon, Ethan Stewart, Colton Newbern. Top 4 stays the same as it has the rest of this week. Then Landon Scott and Hin Willoughby, of course. Hunter Layton, and then Ryan Edwards back in the lineup today. Braden Friend batting ninth, playing second. One-zero will find the zone for a strike. Of course, as I mentioned, no stats that I can go off of for New Hanover. So that breaking ball will drop in for a strike. Kingston Moore on the mound today, however, for the Wildcats. He's a sophomore. 1-2 is in the dirt and outside. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Vikings leadoff man. 2-2. That one's up high, and the count runs full. Here's the payoff. That one is ripped on the ground, foul down the first base line. DH Conley already has wins versus Rose and White Oak this week, looking to make it a perfect 3-0 week. Very rare to see 3 games in a week this late into the season, as well as seeing a non-conference game this late into a season. But the Vikings are 17-1 and moved to a perfect 6-0 in conference play after that Mercy Rule win last night. Next payoff is upstairs, so a leadoff walk for Rook Niddle. And this is where it starts to get dangerous. You start to let base runners get on free passes like that, start to run the pitch count up, and
Now
starting to
batting
get
number
into the meat of the
23,
order
Brody
where there's some
Brandon.
really, really good hitters. And one of those hitters is Brody Brandon. He has been hot as of late. Hit his first home run of the year against J.H. Rose on Tuesday, and he's bumped his batting average all the way up to 333, where just a couple weeks ago he was down in the low 200s. First pitch to Brandon is way outside. Already saw Moore take a look over at Niddle at first. We'll see if he continues to check on him. Rook Niddle with 4 stolen bases so far this year. Next pitch to Brandon. It's up high for a ball. Runner on base, no outs. Ethan Stewart waits in the on-deck circle. 2-0 is lifted straight up in the air. That one is a very high pop-up, but Leonard is underneath it and records the out. That was one of the better scenarios. 4 more on the mound. Just got underneath that one. Took an absolute rip at it, though, I will say.
Now batting number 9, Ethan Stewart.
So here's Ethan Stewart. Had a home run against J.H. Rose on Tuesday as well. Was 0 for 2 last night. Also had a sacrifice flyout. This year leads the team in batting average, 419. Also leads the team in OPS with a 1431. It seemed like the runner was about to go, and now he'll go with the pass ball. Rook Niddle kind of hesitated over there at first, but stayed. And the ball in the dirt, and the ball getting all the way to the backstop moved him up to second. .21 RBIs also leads the team for Ethan Stewart. Just 3 doubles. 2 balls and no strikes to him. That one's right down the middle for a strike. If I was him, I would definitely try and absolutely hammer that pitch. Not sure if he's still trying to get a look on Moore in this count. But he's got a hitter's count to him, 2 balls and a strike. That one's in the dirt again. There goes Niddle. He'll move up to third, no throw down. Good base running there from Rook Niddle. Moves up from second to third on the ball in the dirt. This is a very dangerous scenario for Kingston Moore. 3 balls and a strike to Ethan Stewart. That one's inside. I think that actually, yes, home plate umpire Ross Simmons will say that it hit him. So Rook Niddle cannot advance as the play is dead after hitting Ethan Stewart. Runners on the corners.
Now batting number 13,
And
Colton
here is
Newberg.
another man that is on fire as of late, Colton Newbern. 2 straight games with a home run. Solo blast over the trees in left field on Tuesday against J.H. Rose, and then just a narrow home run to right field. There goes the runner. No, he'll hesitate. That was in there for a strike. But Colton Newbern went backside last night, just got over the wall, but a solo blast nonetheless. One away and runners on the corners for him. He has 20 RBIs. He'll wave at that one for strike two. 396 average for him so far this year. And a 1.337 OPS. Moore will check on Stewart over there at first. Ethan Stewart with 5 stolen bases. With just one away in the inning, we'll see if he goes in motion. Just a couple of nights ago, we saw the Viking. Oh, he'll check again. Ethan Stewart couldn't even get a step off the bag for another check over, but a couple of nights ago against Rose, they tried to do the double steal. It did not work out. We'll see if they maybe try it again. Runner does not go. That one's ripped back up the middle, and that one's going to just hit the gap. Colton Newbern will stay at first, but Ethan Stewart moves up to third on the RBI single off the bat of Colton Newbern.
Courtesy runner for the Vikings, number 1, Jacob Steely.
So the hitting streak continues for Colton
Now
Newbern.
batting number 15, Landon Scott.
We'll see a pinch runner over there at first base. The very speedy flash-like player in Jacob Stilley already has 12 stolen bases this year. He'll wait on the first pitch. Landon Scott takes ball 1. Seen the average decrease a little bit for Landon Scott. He's gone a little cold at the plate as of late, 279 average, which is crazy to think that a guy batting 279 you could consider cold at the plate. That one's inside for ball 2. 12 hits on the season for him through 58 plate appearances. 4 of those extra base hits, 3 doubles, and a home run. He's got a runner on the corners. There goes Stilley, and he will ground that one. That's going to stay in play. So Nelson will step on the bag at first for the second out of the inning. Stilley was wanting to run before the pitch was even thrown. He had to stop himself and then go again. We'll see if they end up ruling that as a stolen base. Not sure if they will. But here's Hayden Willoughby, who has also cooled off just a little bit, even though he still is batting 367 this year. We'll ground that one foul off to the left. 1052 OPS for him this year. Has a pair of home runs, one in which we saw in that neutral site game at Guy Smith Stadium for the Pitt County Classic against Cedar Ridge. Had that 3-run blast in that game to left field. He's got runners on second and third base with 2 away. And one will just clip the zone for a strike. .15 RBIs for Hayden Willoughby so far this year. Playing first base today. Once again switching with Colton Newbern. So Newbern will be doing the catching duties this evening. Next pitch is in the dirt. It'll be 1-2. We'll see if Hayden Willoughby can stay alive and maybe knock in a couple more here in the bottom of the inning. He'll ground that one just foul down the first base line. Try to sit back a little bit on that one. It's good to see Hayden Willoughby keeping the bat in the zone for a long time, even though it was just a foul ball. Next 1-2 is well outside in the other batter's box. And so 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Two is just outside. What a take from Hayden Willoughby. The count runs full. We'll see what pitch Moore goes with here. 3 balls and 2 strikes. That one's in the dirt for ball 4, so the bases are loaded with 2 away.
Wait, was that for a ball?
Bases are loaded, and a left on right matchup for a dangerous ground ball base hit hitter in Hunter Layton. We'll see a mound visit. I was talking with Hunter Layton before the game. Of course, batting 7th today, where he's typically in the 2 spot, batting right behind Brooke Niddle. He said it's been a little bit of an adjustment for him batting in the 7th spot, where he's so used to batting right behind Brooke Niddle. You know, you have typically a couple of base hits to start the lineup. And I told him, look, it's good to have guys like you that can get base hits at the bottom of the lineup, because if you have someone that's getting on base at the bottom of the lineup, then the lineup turns over and you have guys that are ready to drive you in. We'll see what damage he can do with bases loaded. Hunter Layton, as a senior this year, batting .315, 2 away in the inning. First pitch to him is in there for a strike that he'll find the corner. 3 extra base hits for him this season, a double, a triple, and a home run. That home run coming away at Carl Gibbons. That one's floated into left field for a base knock. Ethan Stewart will come home, and here comes Silly. He'll use his speed, and he is safe at the plate. And Hayden Willoughby will move up to third. So a 2 RBI single for Hunter Layton. That's exactly what I was mentioning, as he is a guy that can easily get you a base knock in those situations.
Now batting number 20, Ryan Edwards.
Two hits in the inning for the Vikings, but 3 have come across to score. Here's Ryan Edwards in the box. He's got runners on the corners with 2 away. That one's lifted straight up in the air into deadaway center. McIntosh goes to his left just a little bit and makes the catch to record out number 3. Vikes take the lead here in the first. We'll head to the second.
Now batting for the Wildcats, number 1, Tate Nelson.
5, 6, and 7 due up for the Wildcats in the top half of the second. Gavin Whitley gave up 1 run in the first inning off of a 1 base hit. There was 1 error committed by Hunter Layton out there in center field to get the runner all the way up to third for a triple. That was Andy McIntosh. And here's Tate Nelson. 0-1 will not find the zone. One is just low for ball 2. 2-1 is grounded foul off to the left. Well, the clouds are starting to provide a little bit of relief from the sun. Feels really good out here, but the shades are on here at the crossroads. Wind is pretty much dead, just a little breeze maybe, nothing much else. 2-2 is chop foul. Next 2-2 is grounded to Rook Niddle over there at shortstop. The throw over is in time for out number 1. So far this season, we've seen
Now
some
batting number
really
3,
good fielding
Carter
plays
Hanover.
for Rook Niddle. From my perspective, behind home plate, I've seen a couple of tough bounces that he's able to corral well. So 1 away, and that one's grounded over to Rook Niddle again. And he'll make the throw over to Hayden Willoughby for out number 2. Two quick
Now
outs
batting for
for the Wildcats in the
17,
top half of the
Creech.
second. Both of them ground outs to Rook Niddle over there at shortstop. Now here's the 7-hole batter playing right field, Colton Creech. First pitch. It's in the dirt. Knew that was going to happen at some point. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
2-0 will find the zone for strike 1. Two one, just outside. Two away already in the inning. 2 quick outs for Gavin Whitley. He's working quick. That one's chopped softly back to him on the mound, and he will make the throw over for out number 3. 1-2-3 go the Wildcats in the top half of the second inning. We'll head to the bottom of the inning. Well, the sun is starting to poke back out of the clouds. And the bottom half of the second inning about to get underway. 9-1-2 due up for the Vikings in this one. Braden Friend back to the top of the lineup. Then will
Now
be
batting for
Rook
the
Niddle
Vikings, number
and Brody
21,
Brannon.
Braden Friend.
Braden Friend with a couple of base knocks last night, including an RBI single. First pitch is up high for a ball. One zero is lifted out into right field. And that one's going to drop in the grass, and a base hit for Braden Friend to lead off the inning. Make that already 3 base hits
Now
through
batting
2
number 2,
games
Rook
for
Niddle.
Braden Friend. We're not even done with this one. No outs and a runner on first. The lineup flips back over for Rook Niddle. His first time up, drew a walk. And first pitch he sees in this at-bat is well inside. Rook Niddle batting .296 this year. Has been a good leadoff hitter. Get you some quality base hits, but really known for his fielding. As I already mentioned in the top half of the inning, made a couple of good plays in the top half of the second. We'll see if the Vikings can do any more damage here in the second. That one's thrown behind him, but did catch a piece of Rook Niddle, and he will take first base. And this is what happened in the last inning. You just can't afford to give up base runners to the number 1 team in the state like this. Free passes kill you, including hit by pitches. And now we're starting to get into the heart of the order again. There's no outs, and there are 2 runners on base for Brody Brannon. I'm sure he wants to get back after popping out to shortstop last at bat. Just got underneath it. Breaking ball will drop in there for a strike.
How's it going over here? Who's winning? Have you got any comments yet?
No balls and 1 strike. And I'll wave at that one. Good breaking ball located well off the plate. There's no balls and 2 strikes. Good RBI spot here for Brody Brannon, even just to lift the ball into the outfield and move the runner from second to third possibly. And he'll leave that one off the plate. Good plate discipline there. Tell you what, I probably would have swung at that one just close enough to the zone with 2 strikes on me. But now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Brody Brannon. He'll leave that one again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. This is another thing too. Can't run up the pitch count against the number 1 team in the state. You got guys all throughout the order that can stay patient at the plate and wait for their pitch. We'll see if Brandon can get his. And he does just that. That puts a charge into that one into left field. That one's caught, I believe. Wow, what a catch out there in left field by Ponnet. Oh my goodness, and they get the runner tagging all the way up to third. I cannot believe the catch made out there in left field by Carter Ponnet. Wow. Laid out for some kind of basket type catch. And Brody Brannon really put a charge in that baseball. I thought it might have gotten over the head of Ponnet out there in left field, but what a grab and a double play for New Hanover. That certainly will help out Kingston Moore on the mound. As now he just has one runner on base with two away, but still a dangerous hitter at the plate in Ethan Stewart. 3-1 is still the score. If that ball had fallen, definitely would have scored the runner at second, possibly the runner at first. That one is crushed out into right field. Oh my goodness. How far does that one go? Ethan Stewart, a two-run blast. That one nearly hit the light pole out there in right field. Just a towering shot to right field. Moore left him a pitch in such a hittable location, and it is now 5-1 in favor of the Vikes.
Now batting number 13, Colton Newbers.
Two away, and Moore has to deal with another power hitter in Colton Newbern. He'll take strike one. Had a base hit in the first inning, which scored the runner from first. Sorry, not first, but scored Rook Niddle home. 0-1. What a breaking ball. Wow. That one finds the zone for strike two. 0-2 will find the zone. A three-pitch strikeout. What a response from Kingston Moore on the mound after giving up that two-run blast to Ethan Stewart. 5-1 Vikes after two.
Wildcats, number 4, Chase Leonard.
Welcome back to the Crossroads. Cole Martin with you here from another beautiful evening for some baseball. Sun is back out again. The Vikes are up 5-1 through two, and Gavin Whitley back on the bump here in the third. Saw him go 1-2-3 in the second. Three groundouts. Two to Rook Niddle over there at short. That one's grounded to Braden Friend over there at second. He'll make the throw over to Hayden Willoughby in time.
Now batting number 5, Nick Morin.
Well, we saw the low ERA through six appearances for Gavin Whitley. A high number of strikeouts. Haven't seen one in this game yet, but defense is working well behind him. One away in the inning. Nick Morin at the plate playing third today. That one's lifted straight up in the air. That one's going to go out of play. 0-1 is crushed into left field, but Edwards is under it for the catch. Seen that a couple of times now. Hard hit balls to left that result in an out. So a really, really good snag by Carter Ponnett in left
Now
field
batting number 3,
to rob Brody
Hudson
Brandon of
Sutherland.
possibly extra bases and possibly a couple of RBIs. So 2 quick outs in the inning again for Gavin Whitley. The lineup finally turns over for the Wildcats. Just 1 base runner given up to this point through 2 2/3. No strikeouts, as I already mentioned. He's really letting the defense work behind him. 2 balls and no strikes to Hudson Sutherland. He lined out in the first inning to start the game. A really good effort by Ryan Edwards to make the diving grab out in left field. 2-0 is off the plate. Saw that in the first. This is another inning where Gavin Whitley already has 2 outs, but is behind 3-0 to the third batter of the inning. But he gets a strike back there. 3-1 will be inside. So a 2-out walk for Hudson Sutherland.
Now batting number 10, Andy McIntosh.
Andy McIntosh at the plate. McIntosh had a triple in the first inning. He would later come around to score off of a ground out off the bat of Camden Kroom. Hit the gap really well off his base hit, but a misplay by Hunter Layton out there in right center field.
I got a surprise for you.
We'll see how Gavin Whitley responds after giving up that 2-out walk. And the 1-0 just off the plate, 2 balls and no strikes.
Stewie's ball.
Oh.
He's gonna sign it for me after the game. His dad can find me up in. I'll shock him.
2-0 is off the plate again, and Gavin Whitley is in danger of walking back-to-back batters.
How can you tell where he hit it?
I don't know.
Yeah, back there.
I think so.
Mm.
Runner on first with 2 away. Was looking like it was going to be back-to-back 1-2-3 innings, but no dice. Allen finds the outside corner. Colton Newbern took a look over at the runner at first. No throw down.
Maybe right on the Maybe right on the
Mhm.
How you that for
3 balls and 1 strike. Offering is just off the plate.
Can I use that for
Mhm.
to sign it?
Yeah. So 2 runners on base now. And here's the 3-hole batter. Camden Kroom had a ground out in the first inning. We'll see head coach Jason Mills come out to the mound to have a chat with Gavin Whitley. Saw a loss of command as the lineup turned back over. Was very confident in those bottom 2 batters in the 8 and 9 spots. But then got behind 3-0 in both at-bats to the 1 and 2 hole batters. Ended up walking both of them. Despite there being 2 away, this is not a spot you want to be in.
Can I see? These stats? I look up. I just want to look at it and see how many. Where?
So just a little mound visit with Gavin Whitley, see how they want to attack it.
You need to change that.
Now batting for the Wildcats, number 16, Camden Kroom.
The next game I will.
You promise?
So 2 away. Would not really want to give up anything on the ground here in this situation. even though there's two outs in the inning. First pitch is in there for a strike. That's exactly what you want. Best pitch in baseball is strike one, and he's already up 0-1 in this at bat. 0-1 is in the dirt. Good block there by Colton Newbern behind the dish. We saw that a couple of times on Tuesday as Newbern was catching. Then Hayden Willoughby played catcher last night, but saw the ball get away from Colton Newbern a couple of times, move some runners into scoring position for J.H. Rose Tuesday. Would eventually lead to some runs. A little uncharacteristic from Newbern. That one's grounded right back up the middle for a base hit. Sutherland will come home, no throw in, and the runner on first moves up to third in the form of McIntosh. So an RBI single for Camden Kroom. Well, we probably could have saw another 1-2-3 inning from
Now
Gavin
batting number
Whitley, but
9,
ends
Adler
up
Stump.
giving up back-to-back-to-back base runners, gives up a run in the process. We'll see how long Jason Mills keeps Gavin Whitley in the game. He's done well up to this point, but of course, as I already mentioned, a couple of base runners in this inning. That one's grounded foul down the third base line.
How clean that is.
Hmm?
I just want to see how it lights.
Two away, and an 0-1 count to the cleanup hitter, Adler Stump. Wave at that one for strike two, and Gavin Whitley has a chance to get out of the inning, stranding two runners.
It's going to be worth a lot of money when he signs it. Next, no, if he hits another home run, I'm just going to go out there and wait for it.
0-2 is fouled straight back. Great job by Stump to get a piece of that one and stay alive. We'll see what pitch Gavin Whitley goes with here. I'd probably locate up and in if I possibly could. That one caught a little too much of the zone, that last one. 0-2 is waved at for strike three. Foul tip into the mitt of Colton Newbern, and so Gavin Whitley will strand two. But however, the Wildcats strike again and cut the lead down to three for the Vikings. Conley up 5-2 will head to the bottom of the inning.
Vikings, number 15, Landon Scott.
5, 6, and 7 due up for the home half of the third inning for the Vikings. 2 runs in the last inning, a 2-run blast off the bat of Ethan Stewart. He's got 2 home runs this week. Of course, both of them being 2-run home runs. Landon Scott in the box. He'll look at the first one. That's a ball. Scott grounded out to first base. His first time up. 1-0 is up high. B-ball 2. New Hanover looking to avenge their playoff loss to the Vikes from last year, where the Vikings won 7-2. Ethan Stewart had a grand slam in that game. Two one, breaking ball in the dirt. So 3 balls and a strike. And that one is in there for a strike. Landon Scott tossed his bat. He thought it was ball 4. Instead, the count runs full. The pitch was very, very close. But here's the payoff. That one is up and in for ball 4, so a leadoff walk for Landon Scott. Once again, really good patience at the plate
Now batting
for the
number
Vikings
24,
batters.
Hayden Willoughby.
Of course, Landon Scott drawing that leadoff walk there. He sets up the rest of the inning well, leading off the inning with a base runner. So here's Hayden Willoughby. He'll look at the first one. That's in the dirt. Hayden Willoughby drew a walk his first time up. 3 walks so far in this game for the Wildcats. A couple of hit by pitches as well. 1-0 is waved at for a strike. One is grounded over to shortstop. Sliding stop by Leonard, but he can't quite come up with it. And so Hayden Willoughby will reach first base. We'll see if they rule that as a hit or an error. We'll see time called again. It was grounded just slowly where I didn't think that a play would be able to be made over at first. And we will see a pitching change here. We'll tell you if that was a hit or an error in just a minute. We'll tell you about the new pitcher in just a moment right here on DHC Game Day. So a pitching change has been made here in the third inning. Hudson Sutherland will take the mound. He'll move in from second base. And I believe that is Julian Robles that will take his spot over there at second. I'm not totally sure. Can't quite see his number from here. Seems like they're still giving him a moment to warm up. The Vikes have runners on first and second here in the home half of the third. No outs in the inning. Seems like there's a couple of guys down there in the bullpen for the Vikings. Not sure if we'll see Gavin Whitley come back out for the fourth or not. Could possibly see Caleb Case. See him with his glove. He's jogging down to the bullpen as I speak. So could see a Caleb Case sighting in this one. I actually have not called a game this year where he has thrown. He might have thrown in the Cardinal Gibbons game here or the first flight game here. But I was not a part of either of those games. But we will see. Hunter Layton at the plate now. Had a really good piece of hitting to kind of go the other way. He had a base knock that scored 2 runs in the first. And Sutherland will check on Scott over there at second. I believe they ruled that as a base hit for Hayden Willoughby as he grounded that one over to Leonard at shortstop. No throw. The throw was not in time, however. It seemed like the ball might have been bobbled over there, so I wasn't totally sure if it would be ruled as a hit or an error, but a hit is what they will say. And that one's bunted down the third base line. A perfect bunt, and Hunter Layton is safe at first. A beautiful piece of bunting for Hunter Layton, and he is 2 for 2 today.
Now batting number 20, Ryan Edwards.
The bases are now juiced with no outs. Here is Ryan Edwards, had a fly out to end the first inning. That went out to center field. This is a very dangerous spot, even with the bottom of the lineup. As I already mentioned, you got guys throughout the entirety of the lineup that can get you a base hit. That one's going to find the zone for a strike. Ryan Edwards batting .214. He's been a decent addition to the lineup, especially in the outfield throughout this second half of the season. Made a really good grab already in this game. Just swing at that one, but also known for his work on the mound. Still has a 0 ERA through 3 appearances. But bases are loaded for him. He has 6 RBIs on the season. This would be a great spot for him to add a couple more possibly. 0-2 is lifted straight up in the air. That one's going to go off to the right side. It'll stay just in play, but it'll drop. We'll see what the approach is here with 2 strikes on him. Seems like he'll choke up just a little bit, maybe. Hunter Layton at first, Hayden Willoughby at second, and Landon Scott at third base. Here's the 1-2. That one's in the dirt. Good take there. Count will run to 2-2.
I'll pay the
2-2 is crushed. Just skied it into left field. Did not quite have enough juice to carry over the wall, but Landon Scott will tag up, and Ryan Edwards does his job to score the runner. Just got underneath it. That was a really good piece of hitting to pull that one and put it just deep enough for
Now
Landon
batting number
Scott to come home and
21,
score.
Braden Friend.
So a sacrifice fly for Ryan Edwards. Here's Braden Friend. Had a base knock to start things off in the second inning, went the other way to right field. First pitch to him is off the plate. Runners on first and second for him with one away. Home half of the third inning. 6-2 is the score. One already has come across the score. Fikes looking to add a few more possibly. Next pitch is just upstairs. Really good take there by Friend. Two balls and no strikes. He'll wave at that one for a strike. Seeing a little bit of a better velocity between the first couple of pitchers, and Hudson Sutherland getting up around 82 miles an hour is the senior. 2-1, he'll wave at that one. That one's on the outside part of the plate. Sutherland really located well on those two pitches. We'll see if he goes back to the well on the 2-2 count. Two is up high, and the count will run full. Once again, not the spot you want to be in. In danger of walking the bases loaded, and the lineup turns over with only one out after this batter. Here's the payoff. He'll sky that one straight up in the air. That one's going to stay in play. Nelson ranges over to his left, calls for it, and makes the catch to record out number 2. Really good job there by Hudson Sutherland to get the out there.
Now batting number 2, Rook, middle.
Lineup turns over, third time through the lineup. Rick Niddle, 2 plate appearances, but is 0 for 0 in this one. A walk and a hit by pitch. He'll lay down a bunt down the third base line, but it just goes foul. We'll see Eric Braun, head coach of the Wildcats, come out of his dugout, tell his defense how to adjust. We'll see if Rugniddle squares to bunt again. I can't imagine he will. 2 outs in the inning. Would make a whole lot of sense to do that. In this case, I would swing away, especially knowing how good of a hitter Rugniddle is. And he'll do just that. That one's blooped out into left, and that's just going to fall. It was dropped by Ponnett out there in left field. Runner comes home, and Hunter Layton is stopped at second base. Seems like they'll rule that one as a hit, as Hayden Willoughby comes around to score. Yes, they will. And it is now 7-2 Vikes.
Now batting number 23, Brody Brannon.
It just hung up there enough where I thought maybe Ponnett could come in and make the catch. He already has made a terrific catch earlier in this game. Was looking for another one there. Laid out for it, but couldn't quite hang on to the ball. And instead, another run comes across to score. So runners on second and third. Here's Brody Brandon. He's 0 for 2 so far today. Pop out and a line out where Ponnett robbed him of that base hit, made that terrific grab. That one's in the dirt. That's going to go all the way to the backstop, and Layton will score with ease. Rook Niddle moves up to third base. Three have come across to score here in the home half of the third. 8-2 is now the score. Runner still in scoring position, but 2 outs in the inning. That one's fouled off to the right. Next pitch will find the zone. And that was actually strike three. So Brady Brandon will be rung up on strikes to end the inning, but the Vikes strike three times to improve their lead to 8-2. We'll head to the fourth.
Number one, Tate Nelson.
Here we go, top half of the fourth. 5, 6, and 7 due up, and we do see a pitching change as predicted for the Vikings. Gavin Whitley's day is done. 3 innings, 2 hits, 2 given up in terms of runs, that is. 2 walks and a strikeout is his line, and he'll be replaced by the hard-throwing righty Caleb Case. One is out of the zone, 2 balls and no strikes. This year, Caleb Case as a junior with that 2.47 ERA, 1-0 through 7 appearances. Has started 1 game. That one's blooped out into right field. That one is just foul. Ethan Stewart couldn't quite get to it. 17 innings pitched through those 7 appearances, 25 strikeouts, 10 hits, and 6 runs given up, which I believe 3 of those were against Terry Sanford in that neutral site game at Sager Stadium in Fayetteville. I tell you what, that would have been a fun experience to be a part of, getting to play in a minor league stadium like that for a neutral site game in the middle of the season. 2-1 will find the zone. Two got him swinging. Located the breaking ball really well off the plate, and he'll get Nelson down on strikes.
Now batting number 6, Carter Ponnet.
So here's Carter Ponnet. Ground out to Rook Niddle in the second inning. He's made a couple of really good grabs out there in left field so far in this one. I'll tell you what, that breaking ball has a lot of run from Caleb Case. That one finds the zone. 0-1 is inside. I'll tell you what, the velocity difference is just so great. Just running that fastball up around 88, 89, then just dropping the breaking ball in at about 72, 73. It's a really big difference seeing it in the batter's box as the count moves to 1-2. One two is off the plate. One away in the inning. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Carter Ponnett. And that'll catch the zone for strike 3. Got him looking.
Now batting number 17, Colton Creech.
So 2 batters and 2 strikeouts already for Caleb Case. And he fires in a strike to Colton Creech. That one at 91 miles an hour. Wow. Maybe seeing a little bit of adrenaline going. That one's at 90. Gives him a swing at that one. Quick 2 strikes on Creech. 0-2. See if he goes fastball again. He will. Just gets a piece of that one. That one's at 92 miles an hour. Caleb Case firing straight gas out of the pen here in his first inning of relief. That one's inside. Needs to locate a little bit here. He's too focused on throwing the ball hard. For 1 ball and 2 strikes is the count to Colton Creech. That one's up and away. Well, quick 2 strikes to Creech, but good discipline to lay off those 2 out of the zone. And 2-2 is waved at. Fastball up high at 89 miles an hour as Caleb Case strikes out the side here in the top of the 4th. Vikes still up 8-2. We'll head to the bottom of the inning.
Hey fans, have you been sitting so long?
Three, 4, and 5 due up for the Vikings
Number 9.
in the bottom of the inning. And here is Ethan Stewart. 1 for 1 today so far. Absolutely crushed a ball to right field for a 2-run blast. That was back in the second inning, a part of this 8-2 lead for the Vikings. He'll swing at the first pitch he sees in this at bat. Fouls it off to the left. Well, Ethan Stewart was a little frustrated after going 0 for 2 yesterday. He was talking about it with me after the game last night. He's like, I'm ready to get back into the hit column. And I said, I don't blame you. I said, well, at least you got the team win, which they did last night. But I'm sure the 0 for 2 line was eating at him last night. But what a response today with a 2-run blast to right field. One ball and one strike to him. He'll wave at that one. Might have gotten a piece of that one. Sun is set behind the trees over behind left field as we are approaching 7:30 from the crossroads. One ball and two strikes to Ethan Stewart. He'll swing at that one in the dirt and got him swinging for the first out of the inning. So now Colton Newbern at the plate.
Now batting number 13, Colton Newbern.
1 for 2 so far today is his line. A base hit which scored Rook Niddle in the first inning, and a strikeout looking to end the second. Colton Newbern on a 2-game home run streak. A solo home run against J.H. Rose, and then a solo home run last night against White Oak. He'll take that one for a strike. We've got a little bit of lacrosse action going off to my right. I believe the Coastal Pirates, the ladies lacrosse team for Conley, lost earlier today, but the guys are playing right now. Senior night for them. 1-1, lifted straight up. That one's going to go out of play off to the right and foul. One away in the inning. Bases empty. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Vikings cleanup hitter, Colton Newbern. He'll lift that one out into right field. Creech is underneath it and records the out. Two away. Here's Landon Scott. He's 0 for 1 today. Ground out to first base, 3 unassisted.
Now
And then
batting number
a walk to
15,
start things
Landon
off in the
Scott.
third inning. First pitch to him is outside for a ball. One will find the zone for a strike. One is lifted out into right field. That one's heading towards the gap, but Creech will move over to his right to record the out. 1-2-3 inning for the Vikings in the home half of the fourth. Score remains the same at 8-2. We'll head to the fifth.
Number 4, Chase Leonard.
Welcome back. Fifth inning about to get underway. 8-9-1. 2 up for the Wildcats. Chase Leonard, Nick Morin, and Hudson Sutherland. Caleb Case back to work. Went 1, 2, 3, 3 strikeouts in the fourth inning. And he'll pick right back up where he left off. That one finds the zone. Number 1 just low. Saw the fastball run up to 92 miles an hour in the last inning. It seemed like maybe pure adrenaline for Caleb Cases. We saw that in the last at bat of the inning. One went off the plate. That one's at 89. That one's ripped on the ground to Braden Friend at second, and he'll make the throw over to Hayden Willoughby for out number 1.
Now batting number 5, Nick Marin.
So the bottom of the lineup now, Nick Marin. I ruled it as a line out to left field. Just absolutely smoked it to Ryan Edwards out there. Caleb Case fires in a pitch. That one's a ball. 1-1 now. 1-1 will drop in there for a strike. Good breaking ball. As I already mentioned, that breaking ball is so tough to read after seeing a fastball at about 88, 89. 1-2 is grounded foul. He'll lift that one straight up in the air. Braden Friend calls everyone off and makes the catch for out number 2. Two quick outs here in the top half of the fifth inning
Now batting number
for New
3,
Hanover.
Hudson Sutherland.
And now Hudson Sutherland, who took over for the pitching duties just a couple of innings ago. He is over 1 today. Line out to left field and a walk so far for him. 1-0 will drop in there for a strike. Seems like Sutherland is kind of crowding the plate just a little bit. It was a good breaking ball inside to straighten him up a little bit. 1-1 in the dirt. He'll lay off of that one. Two strikes in the inning. A ground out and a pop out. Caleb Case looking to go 1-2-3 in this inning again. 2-1 foul straight back into the netting. Two-two. Got him swinging. Strikeout number 4. And that one's going to end the top half of the fifth for Caleb Case. We'll head to the home half of the inning. 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Vikings. Hayden Willoughby,
Now batting for
Hunter
the
Layton, and
Vikings,
Ryan
number
Edwards.
24, Hayden Willoughby.
Hayden Willoughby 1 for 1 in this game. A base knock and a walk for him. Hudson Sutherland back out there on the mound. 8-2 is the score. 3 runs in the first, 2 in the second, 3 in the third, nothing in the fourth is how we have gotten here. 1 run in the top half of the first for New Hanover, and then 1 in the third. That's how they have their 2 runs. First pitch to Willoughby is chopped foul off to the right. And 1 left off the plate. Lights have come on here at the crossroads. Temperature has dropped a little bit since game time, but once again, another beautiful night from DH Conley. That one's going to find the zone. Painted the corner at 80 miles an hour. One two is lifted straight up in the air out into right field. Creech will come in a little bit and make the catch for out number 1.
Now batting number 5, Hunter Layton.
We've seen Colton Creech getting a couple of reps here the last couple of batters. 3 straight flyouts to him. We'll see if Hunter Layton can break that streak. He's 2 for 2 in this one. A base knock in the first inning, which scored 2, and then a really, really good bunt single in the third inning. One 0 is up and away. One away, a 2-ball count. That one's chopped on the ground to Leonard. That one was right down the middle. And the throw over to first is in time for out number 2. Not sure if Hunter Layton was looking for a different pitch out of the hand of Sutherland. Seemed like a fastball right down the middle. Might have been a little inside within the zone. But was just a little behind on that one, grounded out to shortstop. So 2 away. Here's Ryan Edwards. 0 for 1 today. A fly out to center field, but then a sacrifice fly in the third. The 1 will find the zone again. Quick 0-2 count to Ryan Edwards. Oh, 2. That one's lifted up in the air, and that one's going to go out to right field again to Creech. And he records the out for out number 3. We've played 5 here at DH Conley High School, and the Vikes are up 8-2. We'll head to the 6th. Caleb Case will go back to work for his third inning of work on the mound.
Now batting number
So far,
10,
so good for him.
Andy McIntosh.
He's got 4 strikeouts in those 2 innings up to this point. But he has to face the heart of the order 2, 3, and 4 due up here in the 5th. Sorry, in the 6th. First pitch is in there for a strike, foul tip into the mitt. Both of those innings, 1, 2, 3 innings for Caleb Case. He's working quick, already set and firing, and one off the plate. Fastball was a little bit down in that last inning, but still topping out at 92. That one's fouled straight up in the air. That one might stay in play. Landon Scott is off to his right, calls for it, and makes the play. What a catch there by Landon Scott to record out number 1. So now the DH, Camden Kroom.
Now batting number 16.
He's 1 for 2 so far today. A ground out in the first, but then an RBI base hit in the 3rd inning. We'll take first one he sees for a strike. 1 away in the inning, 0-1 count to him. That one's fouled straight back into the netting. Quick 0-2 already on Camden Kroom. Just off the plate outside at 86. One, two. That one's blooped over to Braden Friend at second. Just a soft line out for out number 2. That was a really good breaking ball, located it inside. That was a really good job by Kroom to actually get around to it and put it in play, but not very good contact. The first pitch to Stump is in there for a strike. I'm just trying to write down my stats here on my scorebook, but I don't have enough time for that as Caleb Case is working very, very fast. I mean, he's already coming set and firing already. 1-1. That one's fouled back into the netting. 1-2. He's been very efficient and very quick. Back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings, looking to make it 3 straight. And he will do just that. Strikeout number 5 got stumped down swinging to end the inning. We'll head to the home half of the 6th from the Crossroads. Well, we will see our first pinch hitter of the ball game here in the 6th. Tucker Pridgeon will replace Braden Friend in the lineup and probably in the field as well.
Now batting for the Vikings, number 10, Tucker Pridgeon.
This year through 12 plate appearances, just one hit with a 125 average. Love to boost that batting average for sure. First pitch to him is just low for ball 1. 8-2 is still the score. 2 straight scoreless innings for the Vikings, 3 straight for New Hanover. Vikings started off hot, posting 3 runs in the first, 2 in the second, and then 3 in the third, but have cooled off since. No hits since that inning, meaning no hits between the 4th and the 5th innings. There's a 3-ball count already to Tucker Pridgeon. We'll see if he gets the green light. Probably not. 3-0 will be in there for a strike. Three one is thrown behind Tucker Pridgeon, and he will take his base. So we'll see the OPS, the on base percentage jump up there just a little bit for Tucker Pridgeon. So he'll walk. See a little mound visit here. It seemed like there was another pitching change during the break. It was not brought to my attention. Andy McIntosh is on the mound. And now Cam Gooding will come run the bases for Tucker Pridgeon as he does his job. He's celebrating with his teammates, drawing that leadoff walk. Lineup turns over for the 4th time through.
Now batting number 2, Rook Niddle.
Here's Rook Niddle. He's got a runner on first with no outs in the inning. One for one so far today is his line. A double which scored a run in the 3rd inning. Then a hit by pitch and a walk. First pitch to him will find the outside part of the zone for a strike. One 0-1 is inside. Runner on first. They'll check on Gooding at first. He's got really, really good speed. One, runner goes. He grounds that one through the hole between first and second base, and Cam Gooding is on his horse on his way to third. Really good throw in by Creech. That one's going to get away, however. But Cam Gooding will move up to third, and Rook Niddle will move up to second on the throwing error. No outs in the inning still, but runners on the corners here for Brody Brandon. Brody Brandon 0 for 3 so far today. A pop out, a line out, and a strikeout looking. He's had a lot of success this week versus J.H. Rose and White Oak. Not so much in this one versus New Hanover, however.
Now batting for the Vikings, number 23, Brody Brennan.
This was something else I was mentioning, talking with Hunter Layton before the game, was that they faced 2 lefty starters between White Oak and J.H. Rose, and that's really why Brody Brandon got moved up to the top of the lineup. And he hit really, really well against both of those guys. And even when there were righties on the mound in relief, he hit well. He's faced all righties in this one. Will love to add to the hit column here in this one. It's 1-1 to him. No outs. That one's lifted out in the left center field gap. That one's going to hit the grass and go all the way to the wall. Brooke Niddle will score with ease. And a two-run double for Brody Brandon.
Now batting for the Vikings, number 9, Ethan Stewart.
Still no outs in the inning, but two have come across to score here in the bottom of the 6th. And we'll see a slow walk out to the mound. This could possibly be the 4th pitcher of the day.
Possibly the fourth pitcher.
We'll see who gets the ball now. As they did not dress a lot of players, did not bring a whole lot of players. From what I was told pregame was that all the players had to bring their cars. There was no bus taken down to Greenville from Wilmington, but not a whole lot of players came to my knowledge from what it seems like. No, don't have a whole lot of substitutes. Seems like they're having to bring in position players to pitch. Of course, with the lack of stats on Max Preps, I'm not able to tell you who gets the majority of the reps on this team on the mound.
You got two. What did you get?
But we will see a pitching change. We'll take a quick break here. Vikes up 10-2 here in the 6th. All right, a pitching change has been made. I believe that is Chase Leonard on the mound now. The whole defensive lineup is shaken up big time for New Hanover. He has to face Ethan Stewart as his first batter with a runner on second and no outs. He'll hang a breaking ball right above the belt for a strike.
What do you say to them? How long have you been talking?
Wow. 0-1. That one's grounded to second. That one's just going to sneak past the glove of Robles. Brandon will be held up at third. Wild throw in. But a base hit for Ethan Stewart puts runners on the corners.
Is Gavin Whitley still pitching? Who's pitching?
Now batting number 13, Colton Newburn.
Case?
Mm-hmm.
Why? How many pitches is Gavin throw?
Mm-hmm.
You need to do the pitch count. Why?
That's just a lot of work for me to do.
What do you have to do? Just put the score on.
So here's Colton Newburn, the cleanup hitter. Runners on corners. Still no outs in the bottom half of the 6th. Two have already come across to score in this one. That one's in the dirt. That one's going to get away. Here comes Brody Brandon. He'll score easily. Ethan Stewart will move up to second. And the Vikings are one run away from mercy ruling the Wildcats.
Will I hear you talk? Will I hear you talking if I watch it? Will I hear what you're saying? Why?
That's how it works.
What?
That's how it works.
One more line until we go one more. And then what will you do? Close up shop?
Cole Newbern 1 for 3 today. Looking to add another hit to his tally. Runner in scoring position for him. He'll leave that one off the plate, but that one's going to find the zone. So 3-1 to Colton Newbern. We'll see if he can get his pitch here in this spot. He'll check swing that one. That's going to go back to the pitcher covering. He'll flip it over to first in enough time for the first out of the inning, but Ethan Stewart moves up to third.
What do you mean by they had to drop? They didn't have a bus to go here?
Now batting number 15, Landon Scott.
I'll tell you later.
After the game? You not say in the broadcast?
Not yet. So here's Landon Scott infield playing way in. All of them are on the grass. Runner on third with one away. Landon Scott will swing away at that one. Left him a pitch right down the middle. Well, Landon Scott has already walked off once this year. That was against Newbern a week and a half ago. That one went into the ninth inning, and the sac fly by Landon Scott ended the game. See if he can end it again here. It's 1-1 to him. Can't really call it much of a walk-off, I will say, if it's a mercy rule, but the game would end with one swing of the bat. 1-1 breaking ball is up and away for ball two. That one's got a lot of bite to it. We'll see if Chase Leonard can locate that one just a little bit better. 2-1. That one's skied straight up in the air. That one's in shallow right field. The catch is made by Creech. Stewart will not tag up. Ethan Stewart hesitated coming home. That one just shallow enough to keep him at third base.
How many more games do they have to win this season?
I'm not sure.
Now batting number 24, Hayden Willoughby.
Will you clean up shop after this?
Mhm.
And then what?
Go home.
And then what?
Go home.
And then what?
Yeah.
What are you going to do at home?
Two away. Here's Hayden Willoughby. He's got a runner on third. That one drills him right in the back. That one's got to hurt.
What does that mean? A Boeing?
Now batting for the Vikings, number 5, Hunter Layton.
So hit by pitch for Hayden Willoughby. That's his third time reaching base today. And here's Hunter Layton. Could end things here with a base hit. And it appears he will do just that. That one's going to drop. No, the catch is made out there in center field by McIntosh. Wow, what a catch to end the inning. And we will play into the seventh. Vikes up 11-2.
You mean
All right,
Now
last
batting for the
call
Wildcats,
for the
number 1,
Wildcats here in the top
Case
half of the
Nielsen.
7th. We'll see another pitching change for the Vikings as Caleb Case, his day is done on the mound. What a solid relief appearance for him. 3 innings, didn't give up a single base runner, went 3 straight, 1, 2, 3 innings, 5 strikeouts during those 3. And now replacing him is the senior UNC Wilmington commit, Tucker Anderson.
Pitching for the Vikings, number
I asked him
22,
yesterday, I said,
Tucker
Tuck,
Anderson.
is there any chance you pitch tomorrow? He said, probably not. Was not expecting him to throw here today, but here he is in the 7th. That one's a hot shot to Cam Gooding at second, just drops it. Really good effort there by Cam Gooding to try and make the grab, but it is a hit, a leadoff hit at that for Tate Nelson.
I bet you're tired of talking. You don't get tired after this? So probably just talking and going to.
Now batting number 6, Carter Ponnet.
So here's Carter Ponnett, the left fielder, 0 for 2 for him so far today. It's crazy just how shut down the pitching has been today. This is still just the 3rd time through the lineup for the Wildcats. Runner on first. That one's in there for a strike.
I can't see nothing. Does that show it? Or not?
0-1.
I can't.
That one's up high for ball 2. Sorry for that was actually ball 1. 1-1 is the count.
What's up top?
Runner on first, no outs. In the 7th, Vikes up 11-2. That one's chopped foul off to the right. That fastball running up to 88 right there on that pitch.
You guys are usually see a picture of me.
1-2. Anderson took a very long time on the mound. Thought he was about to throw it there. Time is called by Ponnett. Maybe a little bit of mind games there from Tucker Anderson on the mound. We'll see if we can get the punch out here. 1-2. It's inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two is waved at for a strike 3. Got him on the bender. No, actually, that was a fastball. It looked like a breaking ball from here, but that one at 90 miles an hour to get him swinging.
Now batting number 2, Logan Pierce.
I'll make a new one.
You promise?
Does it know? So 1 away and a runner still on first base. It's a really good pitch there to get Ponnett down swinging. That one at 89 to start off Colton Creech. That's just any other notes that I need to write down. That's just any other notes I need to write down. 0-1. That one's outside. One one is chopped. That one's fouled off his foot. Went back into play. That one at 89.9 miles an hour is round up. That's 90. I've seen 90 a couple of times already in this inning for Tucker Anderson. We'll see if he goes back to the well of the fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Colton Creech. And he will do just that. Got him swinging at 88 up high. Back-to-back Ks after letting up the leadoff base runner. Base knock from Tate Nelson. And now here's the now pitcher,
Now batting number
Chase
4,
Leonard.
Chase Leonard. Wildcats down to their final out in this one.
Give him a wave at that one. That one at 88 again. 11-2 is the score here in the 7th from DH Conley High School. Rematch from last year's playoffs where Conley took that one 7-2. That one's just inside. One outside. But we saw the adrenaline ramp up in the first inning for Caleb Case after he got 2 straight punch outs, got the 3rd punch out on Colton Creech, and ran the fastball all the way up to 92. We'll see if we see something similar here with 1 out left for Tucker Anderson. So a runner on first, 2 away, but the count is 3 balls and 1 strike to Chase Leonard. 3-1. Will find the zone. Chase Leonard thought it was out of the zone. That one at 89 miles an hour. He was already on his way up the first base line to first base. But the count is now full, and the Wildcats are down to their final strike. Here's the payoff. That one up high for ball 4. So a 2-out walk for Chase Leonard. Now runners on first and second.
Now batting number 5, Nick Martin.
Nick Martin at the plate, batting ninth, and this just has to be a moment where you pitch right into the zone, throw strikes. 9-hole batter at the plate, have a sizable lead, and Tucker Anderson will do just that. Fires it in at 89 to start the at-bat. The 1 is in the dirt. That's going to go all the way to the backstop, and the runners will move up to second and third. Once again, this just has to be a spot where Tucker Anderson locates inside the zone. On 1 is outside for ball 2. Tucker Anderson sitting consistently at 88, 89 in this inning. It's topped out at 90 miles an hour. That one at 88 again. And the count is 3 balls and 1 strike. Doesn't really matter how hard you can throw a baseball. It just matters where you locate it. And as of this at bat, it's locating off the plate. 3-1. Got him swinging on that one. And now the Wildcats are down to their last strike again. We'll see if he attacks him with a fastball and challenges him. Here's the payoff. That one's outside. Went fastball at 89. But located just off the plate, and the bases are now loaded. We'll see head coach Jason Mills go have a chat with him. Well, the inning started off with a base hit that was nearly snagged by Cam Gooding at second base. And then 2 straight strikeouts for Tucker Anderson, then 2 straight walks, and this is not the position you want to be in. The pitch count has already started to run up just a little bit, even though this is his only inning of work. But you want to save him for next week, as the Vikings have South Central away and then New Bern away. I mean, that's a big week in conference play. You really want to save him. Of course, Connor Berry will be available. We'll see him at some point. He'll
Now
probably
batting for the
start one of those 2
Wildcats, number
games.
3,
Not sure which
Hudson
game that'll
Sutherland.
be, but he will be rested by then. He threw 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, but 6 strikeouts for him against J.H. Rose on Tuesday. He'll be available, and then we'll see where Tucker Anderson will fall next week. But 2 away, and the bases are now juiced. That one's popped straight up in the air, and that's going to go out of play. The one is waved at for a strike. And for the third time, the Wildcats are down to their final strike. Hearing some claps from the dugout for the Vikings. Here's the 0-2. That one's off the plate. Tucker Anderson looking to get out of this one with the bases loaded and in the ball game. 1-2. Got him looking. Painted the inside corner with the breaking pitch at 78 miles an hour. And Tucker Anderson will come in on relief in the 7th inning and finish off the ball game. 11-2 is the final score from the Crossroads. Vikings over Wildcats. Do not go anywhere. We will be back in just a few moments with the final box score read. Once again, do not go anywhere. We will do a live box score read and post-game analysis right here on DHC Game Day. All right, guys, final score is 11-2. The Vikings get the dub in the last non-conference game of the season. A 3-0 week. That is very impressive, very tough to do in high school baseball, especially considering the opponents they have to play each year. Of course, a little bit of an easier opponent last night against White Oak, where they mercy ruled, but definitely not any scratches when it comes to J.H. Rose and especially New Hanover, who have had a lot of success in their program history. A couple of state championships for them, a very long list of alumni, of course. But we'll give you a look at the box score. Gavin Whitley started things off on the mound for the Vikings, went 3 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs given up, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout. A little uncharacteristic. This one and his most recent start have been a little uncharacteristic for him, as we saw his first couple of outings just straight out dominant, giving up just a few base runners between those first couple of outings. But then a few more here tonight. Caleb Case came in on relief of him, 3 innings thrown. Did not give up a single base runner while striking out 5. Of course, no hits, no runs, no errors for him. No walks as well. But then Tucker Anderson closed things out in the 7th with an inning pitched. 1 hit given up. That was the first batter of the inning. Would strike out 2, but then gave up 2 walks. The bases were loaded, but then the punch out on Hudson Sutherland to end the ball game. So 3 strikeouts for him, 2 walks, no runs, but 1 hit. Now on the offensive side of things, Ethan Stewart got back in the hit column today with that 2-run blast to right field in the 2nd inning. That was a huge home run. And then a Rook Niddle 2-for-2 day. He reached base 4 times, a walk, a hit by pitch, a double, and a single is his line, also an RBI. Brody Brandon went 1-for-4 today. A double in the 6th, had a couple of RBIs. Of course, I already said Ethan Stewart had a couple of base knocks. Colton Newbern finished the day 1-for-4, had an RBI single in the 1st. Landon Scott went 0-for-3 today. Hayden Willoughby with a base knock himself. Hunter Layton had a good day, went 2-for-3 in 2 RBI single in the 1st inning. Ryan Edwards 0 for 2, a sack fly in the second. And then Braden Friend 1 for 2, and Tucker Pridgeon was the pitch hitter for him in the sixth, where he drew a walk. And so that is pretty much it for the box score read. 11 to 2 is the final. 3 runs in the first, 2 runs in the second, 3 in the third, none in the fourth, none in the fifth, but 3 in the sixth, 1 in the first, and then 1 in the third for New Hanover is how those runs were scored, where they were scored. 10 to 3 is the total hits in favor of Conley. 1 error for the Vikes, none for the Wildcats. 5 to 5 is the left on base numbers, and that is the second straight game where the Vikings haven't left a lot of runners on base. We've seen that a lot so far earlier in the year, where the Vikings leave a lot of runners on base. So it's really good to see them not stranding many runners. So that is going to do things here from the Crossroads. 11 to 2 is the final. 3-0 week for the Vikings. They have South Central and New Bern next week, so no live streams from us, although I will be trying to get some content at the South Central game. Actually, I did lie. There is one live stream coming up on Tuesday. We got tennis, a little bit of tennis action. DHC game day hitting the courts as the Vikings take on Rose. They are undefeated right now. The Vikes are in tennis. Who'd have thought, man? They have had an incredible season. Look to continue on. It is senior day from the Crossroads, so stay tuned for some information on that. We'll be live around 4-ish, I believe, as the Viking tennis squad takes on the Rampants. That's going to do things here from the Crossroads. I am Cole Martin. Thank you all so much for tuning in. If you want to see more content from us, go over to our Instagram page and give us a follow. We've got so much more content over there, shorter videos, interviews, pictures, and much, much more. It is at dhc.gameday if you cannot find it. But be sure to tune in for more information coming up on future live streams. So that being said, go Vikes, and God bless.